gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. And I can love thee still, my dear, till sands of life have run. So fare thee will, my only love, so fare thee will a while, but I will come again, my love, though 'twere 10,000 mile, though 'twere 10,000 mile, my dear, though 'twere 10,000 mile. And I will come again, my dear, though 'twere 10,000 mile. By the way, you do not ask what is worn under a Scotsman's kilt. There is a classic answer to that which says, nothing is worn under a Scotsman's kilt. It's all in perfect working order. But there was a new radio announcer in Hawke's Bay in the 60s by the name of Neville Chamberlain. And Neville Chamberlain was foolish enough to ask a Scotsman that on the air one night, and he got the loud whispered retort, a hairnet. I really hold no hard feelings against those treacherous Anglo-Saxons who invaded Scotland on various occasions. In fact, I did marry one of their daughters, Dora. We were wed at 9:30 of Christmas morning, 1954, and spent 40, for the most part, happy years together. I do have a song from Dora's part of the country, too. It's called Glorious Devon, and it has just a little snitch of history in it, too. Coombe and Tor, green meadow and lane, birds on the waving bough, beetling cliffs by the surging main, rich red loam for the plough. Devon's the fount of the bravest blood that braces England's breed. Her maidens fair as the apple bud, and her men are men indeed. When Adam and Eve were dispossessed of their garden hard by heaven, they planted another one down in the west. 'Twas Devon, glorious Devon. Spirits to old world heroes wake by river and cove and hoe. Grenville, Hawkins, Raleigh and Drake, and 1,000 more we know. To every land the wide world o'er, some slips of the old stock roam. Leal friends in peace, dread foes in war, with hearts still true to home. Old England's counties by the sea, from east to west are 7, and the gem of that fair galaxy is Devon, glorious Devon. Dorset, Somerset, Cornwall, Wales may envy the likes of we. For the flower of the West, the first, the best, the pick of the bunch must be. squab pie, junket and cider brew, richest of cream from the cow. What would old England without undo, and where would it be to now? My wife Dora came from Buckinghamshire, and through the war years and after, for 10 years, she served in the Wrens. Eventually, she came to New Zealand, and she made a name for herself here in Nelson, I think, to some degree, as field officer for 22 years for Braemar Psychopedic Hospital. In 1990, she was awarded one of the New Zealand 150th anniversary celebration medals for her work there. She was a purposeful and stubborn soul, very much her own woman, but I loved her and I admired her greatly for what she did with those kids, and of course for our own 2 lads as well. In my youth, I listened frequently to that Aussie fellow, Peter Dawson. He was a constant companion on our, home companion, I might say, the national radio. So I've chosen one of his songs. It's one of the barrack room ballads from Kipling's verses, and it tells of a Tommy soldier home on leave in England and nostalgically longing to be back in Burma. By an old Malmine pagoda, looking eastward to the sea, there's a Burma girl a-settin', and I know she thinks of me. For the wind is in the palm trees, and the temple bells they say, come you back, you British soldier, come you back to Mandalay, come you back to Mandalay, come you back to Mandalay, where the old flotilla lay. Can't you hear their paddles chunking from Rangoon to Mandalay? On the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play, and the dawn comes up like thunder out of China, crossed the bay. Petticoat was yeller, and her little cap was green, and her name was Soupy Ollet, just the same as Theba's queen.